Is for the Village of Beach Park. This is May 10th, 2023. My name is Tim Evans, and I'm the duly appointed hearing officer who will be presiding over the hearings this morning. A little bit of information about myself and the hearing process, and then we'll get started. First of all, I am a licensed attorney in the state of Illinois. I am also a trained administrative law judge. I'm hired as an independent contractor by the village for the sole purpose of coming in to hear these hearings. So what I always joke to people about is that if you're here to complain about the village, I'm not the guy to talk to because I don't have anything to do with the village, okay, other than coming in to hear these hearings. Today, what's going to happen is that when your case is called, I'm going to ask you to step up to the podium. If you have any documents or photographs that you want to show me, bring those up with you at the time that you step up. And when you get up there, I'm going to ask you to raise your right hand, take an oath to tell the truth. The rules for perjury apply here as they do in a court of law. At that time, I'll read the ticket information into the record. I'll ask you to identify yourself, and then I'll ask you to tell me anything you want to tell me, show me anything you want to show me about your case. Okay, and that'll be an indication to you that it's time to present your case. I'm interested in anything that's relevant to your case, whether it's testimony or whether it's actual physical photographs, and I will look at those, with the exception of if you have a photograph on a digital device, such as a digital camera or a cell phone, I will not look at those, all right? And the reason why is because if I look at it, I actually take that phone and I have to lock it in a drawer for 35 days. Most people want to use their phones and they don't want to have their phone locked up. Okay, so I won't look at that, but I'll let you testify to it. All right. Today's hearings are considered civil in nature, and that means that the standard of proof that I'm looking at is by a preponderance of the evidence. That means it's a 51% standard or more likely than not standard. As you sit here right now, the officer or the inspector who signed the ticket signed a sworn statement that establishes what's called a prima facie showing that the violation occurred. In other words, as you sit here right now, that 51% has already been met by the village based upon that sworn statement. You're here to try to sway me otherwise, to say, no, wait a minute, I don't think the inspector or the officer knew everything. Here's my evidence, okay? And so you'll have that opportunity to present that. At some point during the hearing, I'm going to think that you've completed your testimony, and you're going to hear me say something to the effect of, is there anything else you want to tell me or show me? That's an indication to you that I'm about ready to wrap up the case. All right. So if there's more you want to tell me, keep going. If there's nothing else that you can think of, that's all I got, I can't think of anything else, then you tell me that, and then that'll conclude the hearing. Okay. And at that point, I'll prepare a written order. Now, I'm going to be making one of two findings today. I'll either be making a finding of no liability, which means I found in your favor and against the village. Okay. In which case, there's nothing more you need to do except to get a copy of the order, and you're on your way. If, however, I make a finding of liability, it means I found for the village and against you, in which case I would assess a fine. Okay. Now, the fine is going to be determined upon a couple of different factors. One is going to be what does the code allow for? What's the village seeking? What are the circumstances surrounding it? And it could be a flat fine. It's usually a flat fine, or it could be a per day fine, depending upon what the case is about. Okay. So I won't know that until I get into your particular case. All right. If I make a finding of liability, understand that once I make my finding, I lose jurisdiction of the fact finding portion of the case. Okay. Which means that there's nothing more that I can do. So it's not an offer, an invitation for you to say, hey, wait a minute, I just remembered one more thing I want to tell you. At that point, it's too late. All right. So make sure you tell me everything during your opportunity to present your case. If I do make a finding of liability, understand that, and I make a fine that is what's called a per day fine. That's stuff dealing with maybe like a building code violation that's still in violation. If I do make a finding of liability and I assess a per day fine, that fine will continue to grow on a per day basis until the property is brought into compliance. So you need to make sure you stay in communication with the village and get things squared away. All right. If you do have a situation like that, I do make that finding. You can come back and ask me to reconsider the fine at a later date once the property is brought into compliance. It's basically a motion or a petition to abate or partially abate the fine. All right. And I'll consider the fine, but I won't reconsider my finding. All right. Now, I always tell people if you are found liable and you have a fine, either pay it or appeal it. Okay, you could have a $50 fine and walk out of here and do nothing with it. And with late fees and penalties, it's going to go up to like $350 really quick. All right, so you don't want that. So either pay it or appeal it. An appeal in this case, this type of a case, is an actual lawsuit that you have to file in the Circuit Court of Lake County. It's called an administrative review action. Okay. If you are found liable, you disagree with my ruling, you want to appeal, go talk to an attorney and get some legal advice. All right. Get yourself fully informed and then make the decision, because there's certain time parameters that you got to worry about. There's certain costs involved. Today's hearings are being videotaped for purposes of maintaining a transcript. You're going to have to get a copy of the transcript. So there's things you have to do in order to file that appeal. But if you decide that that's what you want to do, it is your right. You want to see if get their name. So it is your right to file an appeal in this matter if you disagree with my ruling. Okay. Today's hearings are being videotaped for purposes of maintaining a transcript. So when you step up to the podium, just keep your voice up like mine is, and we'll make a good record for you. Okay. If anyone has any cell phones with you, I'd ask you put those on silent so we can go through the hearing process uninterrupted for everybody and try to get everybody out of here as quickly as we possibly can. All right. We're going to go in the order that you checked in. My check-in sheet is just having one more signature, and then we're going to get started. Sir, were you first? Yeah. What was your name?
Well, it's hers, but I'm here to translate.
Okay. So what's her name?
Janet Gonzalez Grasso.
Give me 1 second.
Oh.
No. Is it in here? That one? Okay. All right, come on. Yeah, as soon as they get me sheet and grab those, that'd be awesome. All right. All right, good morning. All right, so you are going to translate for her? Okay, so first of all, I ask you to raise your right hand.
Okay.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will translate from English to Spanish, Spanish to English truly and accurately?
Correct.
Thank you. Put your hand out. What's your name?
Christian.
Christian. Okay. And are you related?
Yeah.
Okay. Son? Okay, very good. And this is Janet?
Yeah.
All right. So Janet, would you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you'll give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth? Okay. All right. You can put your hand down.
Yeah. Well.
All right. So if there is anything that, Janet, if there is anything you understand, that's fine. Then you just she can let you know that she understood what I was saying.
Yeah, I kind of explained to her the whole letter at home, so she knows what it's about.
Okay. All right. So let's get into this and get started so we can get everybody out of here. Okay. So this is citation 13492.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Tell her that.
What was it again?
13492.
Es la citación de 1, 3, 4. What was it again? 1, 3?
13492.
492. Es la numeración del caso.
The citation was issued on March 10th
En marzo 10
at 12:38 a.m.
a las 30 a.m.
And this is a citation for parking on the roadway after snowfall.
Es por parquearse en la calle después de 2 pulgadas de nieve.
You are Janet?
Yes.
Okay. What did you want to tell me or show me in reference to this?
Well, basically, we're not gonna argue or anything.
Okay.
We know that it was parked outside.
Okay.
Usually, when that vehicle, when it's parked outside, and we're aware that it's gonna snow either in the morning or in the nighttime, the night before, we usually move some of the cars from the driveway into the garage and park that in the driveway, so it's not in the way. But this time, because it's actually my dad's, but it's under her name.
Okay.
So that day, he left later on in the morning. He didn't move it. We knew that it was outside when you guys were passing by to plow the street. Just
Okay.
didn't move it.
Yeah. Things happen.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Okay. All right. So based upon your admission, I am going to make a finding of liability in this matter. I'll assess the fine at the $100 that is on the ticket. There'll be a court costs that are involved in that as well, so it'll total of $125.
Okay.
We'll get you a copy of the order now. Can you make a copy of them? And then just make sure that you get it paid so it doesn't end up with late fees and penalties and all that kind of stuff.
Do we pay it upstairs, online, or?
I think they can pay it upstairs, right?
Yes.
Yes. So if you
Okay.
just want to go upstairs and pay that right away and take care of it, so that way you don't have to worry about it.
Mhm.
That way you don't have to worry about those late fees.
No problem. Thank
Okay.
you.
Sure.
Thank
Thank you. All right.
Mario.
He's not
Is
next.
that it?
No,
He isn't, but we don't have anything on this.
Who's next on the list?
Mario.
Who's next on the list?
This one, we don't have any information on this case.
Is it a ticket?
Yeah,
Is it?
I have nothing on Bernard. We have it. Because you want to see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's due today, but
Yeah, this is the,
That's their copy? Okay.
sorry. Thank you. Gracias.
Well,
did you guys have a continuance for today?
No, it's not a continuous. It's he got a ticket for parking on grass when that's actually a gravel driveway. So we have the plat and everything.
Is it set for hearing today, though?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have proof that that's a gravel.
Can I see your ticket so I can,
Yeah, it's
And
not
then
on our docket.
The plat is under my name. That's why I'm here.
Okay.
oh, these are one of the ones that didn't have a name.
Oh, yeah.
And you can see.
Have to go upstairs.
All right, let's go to the next one. If you just want to have a seat for a second, we'll keep going. We want to get people out of here as quickly as we can, so.
That's me. On here? Why? I think that's.
Mario Fortuna?
Go upstairs. You can look this up by ticket number or by address and see what you can find on it.
Hello, sir.
No, I have them in my name.
Do you want to go up and get it?
Oh,
You sure?
All right, would you raise your right hand for me, please? You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give today will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you.
Could you hear me? Because my English is not good.
Tim, the village is going to.
Hang on one second.
Village is going to dismiss this.
Okay, there's
Yes.
two of them, both of them?
Yeah, he
Okay.
came in compliance.
Oh,
Larger
good.
project came in compliance. We did a pre-adjudication check on the property and it's been taken care of.
Is there one ticket? I see two.
There's two.
There's two, okay. 477. All right, ma'am, if you want to step up for a minute. All right, so Mr. Fortuna, would you state your name?
My name is Maria Lenihan.
Maria, do you swear that you'll translate from Spanish to English properly? Okay, thank you. Let Mr. Fortuna know that he's brought the property into compliance.
Le tengo que dejar saber que su propiedad ya está como tiene la petición de la ciudad.
And based upon that compliance, the village is going to dismiss these tickets.
Y porque ha hecho lo que la ciudad le ha pedido, ahorita le van a quitar los cargos y los tickets.
Okay, so I'm just going to fill out an order showing that it's dismissed, and then we'll give you copies and you'll be on your way.
Ahorita le van a dar las copias testificando que ya le van a quitar todos esos cargos.
Okay, so if you just want to have a seat while I do that, we'll be good to
Tome
go.
asiento mientras él hace eso y venga por sus copias como se ha llamado.
Thank you.
Okay, all right.
Gracias.
Thank you, ma'am. Steve, in her pile of orders, can you see if there's a second one? Because I've got 13478 and 13447. She handed me a blank of 447, but I don't have one for 478.
There is not. I think because it's dismissal, we can probably just put the other citation number on top.
That's fine.
I don't think anybody's gonna feel that.
Never know.
I would have taken it because I was with you and you made me take the camera to do it. Yeah. It's like Garnett, right by beach.
Mr. Fortuna?
All right, here's a copy of your order. You're all set. You're ready to go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Mark.
Thank you.
Take care.
OCL Gomez?
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
All right. Who's ever going to testify, would you raise your right hands? Are you
I
going
am.
to? Okay. Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you'll give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
Yes, it will.
All right. Thank you. All right. So this is citation 13805. This is a citation that was issued on March 28th, 2023 at 3:10 p.m. at 37702 Garnett. This is a citation for parked on an unapproved surface under the ordinance of 8.12.240C2. You are Mr. Gomez?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mr. Gomez, what, if anything, did you want to tell me or show me in reference to this?
Yeah. Where I was parked, that's actually part of a driveway. And I have a plat of survey here with me.
Okay. Let me see what you got.
So that's the garage right there. Right there. And here it's the gravel driveway. Grass overgrow.
Okay.
And that's from 2022. So I would just say
The weather has not permitted for us to, use the gravel.
Is that your only copy of the survey?
This looks like a photocopy. I'll let you
Want to
take.
make sure we have the copy for us. You have another copy at home though?
Yeah.
Because we're gonna keep this one.
no, I need it.
Okay, let's make a copy for him.
Make a copy.
Can I go back there?
Yeah, please. That's fine, absolutely. All right, I'm going to mark the copy of the survey that you gave me. I'm going to mark that as defendant's exhibit number 1. Did you want to take a look at this? No? All right. What else did you want to tell me?
Well, that's pretty much it.
All right. Inspector, did you, would you raise your right hand for me, please? You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you'll give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there's 3 photographs that I have before me that do not have any date indicator stamps or time indicator stamps on them. Did you take these for the village? These
Yes.
3 photographs?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I've marked these as defendant's exhibit number 1. Did you take these on the date that you took wrote the citation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And these truly and accurately depicted the condition of the property as it stood on that date?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
With the tablet.
I'm sorry, did I ask you to state your name?
Alec Dumian.
Okay, thanks. And I'm sorry, no, what was that last part that you said?
I had used the tablet, so it immediately went to BSNA.
Okay, that's fine, thanks. All right, so I'm going to show you these pictures so that you see them because I'm going to consider these as well. So if you want to come up and take a look. All right.
You want me to explain them to you?
If you want to testify about them, that's
Well,
fine.
Here starts the gravel. The previous owner, he let grass grow in here. In here, the tire marks are here because before there was snow, then we got hot weather, and then it melted, and that's why it was really muddy. But if you see, my tracks are like maybe half an inch, so it means that there's gravel underneath there. Okay, so I'm gonna clean up all the dirt, and I'm gonna basically put gravel on them. So that way you guys don't give me another ticket. But that's part of my survey right there. That's part of the driveway.
Okay. All right, thank you. You want to see these?
No. I would like the inspector to describe where the car was parked and the material that it was parked on.
So when I first pulled up, all I saw was a vehicle in mud and grass near the driveway. I wasn't entirely sure that there was a driveway there with gravel. I couldn't see any gravel at all.
Okay. All right, ma'am, what did you want to tell me that is not a duplicate of what's already been heard?
Just to look at the day of the plat survey, because that house, it is a family house, a generational home.
Okay,
I'm one of the owners of that property. Joe Lenihan used to be Jill Howard, the daughter of Lloyd Howard, which was Howard Land Surveying. So when Uncle Doug and Uncle Dave no longer worked or had all those plans went to that surveying, and they're the ones that came in and gave me that plat back in 2022. Like I said, so
I don't have any issues with the plat.
I just want
Yeah,
to make sure.
yeah,
that
I don't have
they-
any, no,
that-
I don't
and
have any
then,
issues
yes,
with the
it's-
plat. I don't think anybody is contesting that.
And I know that the driveway is not the best, but I cannot just make decisions on my own. I had to consult that with the family.
Mm-hmm.
So there's improvements that the house needs, yes. And there's things that
No,
I need to.
that's fine. The question that I'm going to come back to is, what is the village code in reference to, maintaining, if there is a gravel driveway, does it have to be maintained as a gravel driveway? And if it isn't maintained, does it lose its qualifications as a gravel driveway?
We do. We try to fix it, but honestly,
Right.
the village here, it's really hard to give us permits. I've been dealing
Well,
with
and this is
several
what I
stuff.
have to find out as well for purposes of this. So, all right. So, can you tell me what the village code says, since I don't have it in front of me, what the village code says in regards to, or possibly you can.
So, Mr. Evans, it's clear that at one point there was probably a driveway there, but the driveway is no longer there anymore. By both sides have agreed that it's now mud and grass. So regardless of what used to be there, there's no driveway with it there now. And in fact, if they did want to make it a driveway again, they'd have to get a permit for it.
Yes.
Okay, and if they wanted to make it a driveway again, but a gravel driveway, they'd still have to get a permit?
I don't believe they'd be allowed to have a gravel driveway. I think it would have to be a,
About grandfather stuff, because again, it's the same family.
you'd have to talk to village staff about that when you come in for the permit. But I don't believe that the gravel driveway would be permitted anymore.
Yeah, I will tell you that in most villages in the state of Illinois, what used to be it would be an impervious surface is what they changed it to. So when people had these gravel driveways, they said, no, if there's a gravel driveway and you're going to improve it on a later time, you've got to either make it concrete or asphalt. And you can't let it, if it goes away from the classification of being a gravel driveway, that's where it would be grandfathered in if it was always maintained as a gravel driveway. And then you potentially could have things grandfathered in, but again, that's not my decision. I'm only looking at the citation. So, okay. Anything else you want to tell me?
Nope. That'll be-
Okay. Anything from the village?
Nope. What you said is correct, sir.
Sorry, can I add something? I did make a call and he made a call, and
To
Tracy
Tracy.
answered and said that if it was an existing gravel driveway, that you just put gravel again and that was it. Can you look in your phone for the record?
It was like
Basically,
3 months,
forever
3
we
months
got
ago.
that.
Yeah.
And we were trying before, but then the weather got bad. But yes, we can look up our phone record.
Okay.
So, but to turn it back into a driveway though, just make sure you go through the village and to make sure that you're following their code.
So basically, she said, if it was previously a gravel driveway, just resurface it again as a gravel, which if you see the date is not from this year, that survey, it's back in 2022.
No, I agree that there probably used to be a driveway there, but if it's not there now, you just need to clear it with the village before you do anything. So to make sure you're following their rules.
Village have a position one way or the other?
No, just that it used to be a driveway, Mr. Evans, but it appears that it's no longer a improved surface.
Okay.
Well, there's sand in there. There was a pile of sand in there as well, just to level it. I don't know if you saw that.
I did not. I just saw
Well,
mud.
it's still there if you guys want to go ahead and take a look at it. I mean, I'm just waiting for the weather to be nice. And if I have free time.
copy for me? All right, so I've admitted Village Exhibit Number 1, which is a group exhibit that has 3 photographs. I also admit Defendant's Exhibit Number 1, which is the plat of survey that you presented to me. Based upon the testimony that I've heard, based upon looking at the exhibits, I am going to make a finding of liability. While I see that it was designated, the question I have is looking at these photographs is that I really don't see much, if anything, that would resemble a gravel driveway.
I have a video, but I don't want you to keep my phone.
Okay, well, that's fine. That is the evidence that I have before me. So I will be making a finding of liability in this matter. I'll assess the fine at the $100 that's on the ticket and the $25 costs that are associated with that. She'll give you a copy of that. Communicate with the village as to whether or not.
They don't like to communicate with us.
Okay,
Sorry.
then I can't help you because
I know
I'm
you
just
can't
here
help
as the
me.
hearing officer, but that's what I would tell you to do for purposes of, finding out if you can just put a load of gravel back over it, or if as it's grandfathered in or it's existing, or whether or not it has to be a asphalt. In which case, if it is asphalt, then you might have it asphalted where it's kind of cuts out and goes next to the garage. That's something that you're going to have to figure out with them. Again, the idea that it was marked on the plat is what the surveyor looked at. It doesn't necessarily mean that it was authorized or otherwise. I don't know.
And I don't know if Tracy is here this morning, but it might be a good opportunity for you
Yeah,
to stop
that's
in
what
and
I'm
talk
gonna
to
do
her,
too, yeah.
just to double
gonna
check
get
with
it
her,
in
so she
writing.
can mark your file
Yeah,
to say,
I'm
I talked to him.
gonna
and
get a
Yeah.
writing note because,
We just want to make sure you don't get in trouble anymore, so just,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Jose Guzman, Ephigenia. Hello.
Hi.
All right. Would you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you'll give will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. Put your hand up. All right. There's 2 citations. All right. So we continued this to today. Let me make the record. So I've got 2 citations here. I've got citation 14426 and 14427. Both of those were issued on March 2nd, 2023. This was continued from April 12th for purposes of obtaining a permit, I think. Is that right?
That's right.
All right. And you are Ephigenia?
Araceli.
Araceli.
Yeah.
Okay.
You put that on my file.
That's right. I saw that you're the daughter. Okay. Got it. So where do we stand with this?
So I met with Jason probably a week after the first court date,
Okay.
and we discussed my options, the types of business that I run, and
Okay.
whether or not it was a permitted use. And he advised me to fill out a business permit application and bring it in with me today.
Okay. All right. So what do we
You
do?
want me to raise my right hand and all that good stuff?
Yeah.
Okay,
Do you solemnly swear that you'll tell the truth?
I do.
All right. State your
Okay,
name, please.
I'm Jason Garma, the Community Development Director.
Okay.
So, yeah, what she's saying is fairly correct, and is where the issue is at now is we can't approve the business license because what they're claiming for what they're doing for a business, we cannot verify. The pre-adjudication investigation that was conducted by myself and Code Enforcement Officer Steve Dumnion, it appears to be a trucking company. And so therefore we have not signed off on the business license. And as we sit here, we feel that she's in violation of our ordinances.
Okay. But is there steps to figure out moving forward what's going on, what's going to take place, or is the village's position to just move forward on the hearing?
If I may say, so that's my question. How can he tell me what type of business I run? Like what records do you need?
A business plan would help, some kind of pictures or some type of proof that you guys actually are stockpiling materials and you're using the trucks to haul, materials. The way the zoning regulation reads, those semis can only be used on that property, period, like a farming truck. So with the way, everything that we've done investigation-wise, tells me that you're operating a business that's not an approved use for that area. You got to figure out a way to prove to me what you're telling me is correct. I mean, we can continue on one more month. I have no issue with that at all. It's just that as we sit right now, the village's position is they're in violation of the ordinance. However, I'm more than happy to give them another month to try and come up with some type of proof that what they're claiming is correct.
I mean, when I met with him, he told me that he would work with me and just to bring in the business application and put down nursery and feed and grain sales. That's a permitted use under my zone. And he said that he had no problem working with me. And now he didn't tell me anything about an investigation or that I was running a trucking company or anything like that.
So it sounds like he still wants to work with you, and he's saying that we'll give you another month.
Mhm.
You guys can work out whatever details you need to work out to make sure that the business that you're asking to operate there is allowed there.
Yeah, because under nursery, it just says nursery, but it doesn't really specify.
Well, that's what you can talk to them
And
about.
we did. We talked about that, but
But he's willing to give you another month
Okay.
so that you can figure out things internally. He doesn't want to punish you. He wants to make sure that you're just following the rule of the law here.
We just want compliance, that's it. And the reason why my stance has changed a little bit is because I have since received more information since the time you and I have had that conversation.
which I wasn't aware of.
All right.
Well, I
so,
actually did tell you about the semi issue, but I'm not going to argue with you in
All
court.
right. So what I'm going to do is this is the second hearing. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to continue this one more time. What's our June date?
June 14th.
All right, so I'm going to continue these tickets until June 14th, giving you an opportunity to find out for sure, and then maybe you can sit down with her and, kind of work out the plans for purposes of what your business really qualifies for purposes of making sure that it's allowed in that area. And that way because if they can get you into compliance, then I'll look at you as it being in compliance, and they'll probably ask to dismiss the tickets. And I always would rather do that, and I think they would too. So I just think it's more appropriate to have that sit down, and when you sit down, make sure that you get all the answers. Don't sit there and if you get an answer, ask more questions in terms of, all right, I want to make sure that, if I put this down, this is going to qualify for that. And does this really, like if it's a nursery, is it really a nursery? Is it qualify as a nursery? Can a nursery be there? What is the case? So work out with them. So then the next time that you come, then hopefully they'll be saying, yeah, she's in compliance. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to give you a copy of the order. Okay.
Okay.
Hector Matuti. Okay. All right. You've got three.
Got three, yes, sir.
All right. Would you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you'll give today will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right. So there's three tickets. I'm going to start with citation 13801, which was issued on March 21st, 2023. Looks like all these were issued at the same time. So what I'll do is I'll read all three of them. So 801 is parked on an unapproved surface. 13802 is miscellaneous items, debris, rubbish along the property. And then 13803 is a commercial vehicle parked in a residential district. You are Mr. Matuti, correct?
Yes.
All right.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. Matuti, when I go through this, I'll have some pictures that I'm going to be looking at as well. But I'm going to have testimony come in on all three, so you can testify to all three of them at the same time. I'm going to break them up into separate orders, but we can have the testimony just go since it's all the same event, same time. Okay? Go ahead. Tell me what you want to tell me.
Hello, Officer, Prosecutor, Your Honor. Okay, I know the village, Steve. I bought this house probably a year and a half ago.
Okay.
And since I bought it, I've been just working on it, just working. And I'm not trying to, I'm bringing this house up to date. Okay. And I'm not trying to make the village garbage or anything like that. I know the village pass by every day and they can see the house a lot. So if you drive by now, you will see a big difference. When I got these tickets, yeah, there's been a lot of debris and all that. But I had my truck, one of the trucks parked on the grass, right?
Mm-hmm. Unapproved surface.
Yeah. I did park there, officer, owner, because I was working on my other work truck. Yeah, I was doing some welding. That was what was stuff there, and it rained on me. When it rained, so I just stopped welding and then I left the mess. Yeah,
Okay.
because I was working on it. I think it was parked probably 3 days, something like that. I think 3 days. My truck was parked on the grass. That's one. But all the debris and stuff. Yes, there was a lot of debris on it. Yeah, because I've been trying to clean. I've been doing the roof. I've been doing a lot of stuff on it. And cleaning out the garage since I bought it, I made a mistake that I left the last homeowner left. He left the stuff in there, but that was my decision. I said, yeah, it was okay. I didn't know that there was all kind of junk on it. So that was my mistake. So I've been trying to work on my roof, a lot of siding that I have to do the siding now and all that. With the commercial truck, that's the trailer. What do you say, commercial truck?
It says commercial vehicle, so I would venture to guess it could be a trailer.
The trailer with the sign on it.
I don't know. We'll have them testify in a minute.
I do, Mr. Evans, on the parked on unimproved surface, I'd like to dismiss that citation. He did actually add some gravel and improve the surface. It's kind of one of those situations where it was a snowy, wet mess that he's working through.
Okay.
I think the gravel just got deteriorated.
Okay.
He did add gravel and improve the surface. There's no vehicles parked off the improved surface now. So I'd like to dismiss that ticket.
Okay. And where do we stand with the debris? I've got photographs here. Let me ask you about that. You're Steve Dummian from the village, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I've got 9 photographs here, which I've marked as village exhibit number 1. Contains 9 photographs. These are have a date indicator stamp of March 21st, 2023. Did you take these photographs?
I haven't been sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. Sorry. I remember swearing him in and not you. Sorry.
It's okay.
Did you take these photographs?
Yes, sir, I did.
And they truly and accurately depict the condition
Yes,
as
sir.
it stood on that date?
Yes, it did.
Okay. Mr. Matuti, come up and take a look at these. I'm sure you're going to go, yeah, that's the way it looked, but that's fine. I just wanted you to see them, that I was going to be looking at these as well. All right. So where do we stand with the other 2 tickets then?
I'd like to continue the nuisance conditions. There's been drastic improvement to the property. I did go by there last night for a pre-adjudication inspection.
That's the 802 one, correct? With the miscellaneous items,
Yes,
debris,
sir.
rubbish along the property?
We still have a large pile on the west side of the garage that's got to get removed.
That's
On
left
this,
side of the garage?
yes.
Yeah.
Facing the garage, left side, west side. If you face the garage, it's on the left side.
On the left side, right?
All that debris has to get cleared out.
Yeah.
I'd like to,
As you see, I move these things here and then move it here. I will move it that way. I try to
get it
sounds
out.
good, and I'm trying to just get rid of it at the time. And I've been working on it. And as you see, you know the property house being.
Yeah.
Finally, now, I'm at the point where I like, oh, wow, I got a lot, how do I say, I lose a lot of stress finally that it's
Mhm.
getting better.
Yes.
And I'm trying to get it every day, working as I can, but see, by the time I got these tickets, it was hard for me to with the weather. You see the weather, rain, snow, so it was some days cold. And then, as you see, I work on my roof on all days.
Mhm.
So it's hard for me to get everything, trying to bring the house up to date with I've been working with upgrade electricity on it and all that kind of stuff. So it bring everything at once.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's hard for me to organize all this. As you can see, all this stuff. There's no garbage that are brought out from different places. This is all from the house.
House.
Yeah, from the house, from the roof. That when I tear off the roof, I have trailers, but then the end of the day, the snow, boom, it's hard to get everything.
Yeah.
So that's what.
Okay. All right. You can step back. Thanks. All right. So where do we stand on the last ticket dealing with the commercial vehicle parked in a residential district?
When I did the inspection yesterday evening, there were no commercial vehicles there. However, that is an issue that seems to be ongoing. It's hit or miss whether they're there or not. Mr. Matute runs a roofing business?
I work for, but I work for a company.
Yep.
So I drive the trailer, yeah. And
Okay.
since
this-
I've been working on the roof, then all my tools are there. So I bring it that way on like normal on the weekend. Sometimes I bring a trailer with me. That way I can keep on going with my things. So I have to do soffits and all that. So before I do the soffit, I have to get everything organized and take care of it. That way, when the siding people come and do it, everything is ready for them. Yeah. So that's when the trailer is parked. Yeah. If you go where you drive, the village drive by like every day, and when these tickets, and I'm honest, it was winter time. On winter time, I don't work. I don't do roofing. So I was working on my own roof, and I have the trailer. I have the trailer that way, and only tools that I need is there. And they even one day they went by and I was doing something, and they say, "Hey, you're not allowed to do it, right, Steve?"
Mhm.
And I stopped by. I'm not trying to uh, be against what the city tell me, or if they tell me the city tell me something. Oh, this is my property. No, I'm not doing that. I'm just trying to bring everything back to life on that property.
Okay.
So it sounds like the trailer is there when he's not working on the roof as well. So we'd be looking just for a finding on that.
All right. Anything else you want to tell me?
Well, what are you talking about? What do you say?
We're just asking him to move forward on the commercial vehicle ticket, have a finding today so that we're not continuing that till next month.
But you're still gonna fine me for that.
Well, it's possible, yeah. All right. So, Inspector, when the citation was issued, the vehicle, the trailer was there,
There was a
or a commercial vehicle?
was a commercial truck was parked on the property with the logos and stuff.
Okay.
As Mr. Matute has said, it's kind of been an ongoing issue with the truck and the large roofing trailer there. I know he's been working on his roof, but unfortunately, it's taken him nearly a year to get the roof on the house, which under our code is in violation in itself. It's taken over a year, so the truck's been there quite often. The roof is completed, from what I can tell, except maybe the flat part
The flat part is, yeah, it's not complete.
is not completed, so it's going to be your decision on that. But the truck is parked there quite often, and the city's position is it's got to stop.
Okay.
But the truck does not have any logs on it, right? The trailer does, but not the truck.
As long as there's not a commercial vehicle with logos on it, we can determine it's a pickup truck and not a commercial vehicle
Okay.
per
Yeah,
se,
'cause-
that's fine.
Yeah, my trucks,
You can see
they don't have no company, nothing, because are my personal trucks. The only thing that it got logo on is the trailer, right?
Do you have a large truck there with a C or D or C plate on it? Because that would be a
This one's,
commercial
this
plate.
one's a C plate.
Yeah, that's the issue. It's
Let's see. I got 3 trucks. So one is B, that is a GMC 1500, and then I have another Ram that is 2500, and then I have a dually. But I don't use like my truck. The Ram, yeah, I do use it to work. But like the other truck is, I think it's F. I believe it's F. It's because how they just give me the plates. It's not
Well,
like,
and you have to understand that the ordinance talks about that it's a commercial vehicle if it's a C and above, C,
Yeah.
D,
C and above,
E,
okay.
anything like that, then that constitutes a commercial vehicle and that's not allowed to be parked there.
okay, so this is where it comes tricky. I'm not gonna say oh no, but see my dolly, you drive by every day, and I guess it's a commercial truck, but you drive by every day, and I don't use it for work or commercial. I don't do anything with it. We like the truck and we buy it. If you go by, I'm working, and you will see that truck every day. My wife use it, so the plate is for commercial, but it's not a commercial truck. Well, I don't use it for commercial.
I can't respond to that.
Yeah. So okay, no, I understand. So what do we do on this case? Because if you drive by, you will see the truck with, I guess, commercial truck, but I don't use it for business or anything.
Well, you can discuss options and if there are any options with the village at a later time. So, okay. Give me 1 second. All right, Mr. Matuti, in regards to this particular file or particular ticket, I am going to make a finding of liability based upon everything that I've heard here in regards to that. I'll assess the fine that $100 that's on the ticket, and there's a court cost of $25 as well. The other one I've dismissed, and then the other one I've continued until next month dealing with the miscellaneous items and stuff because he said that there's been a lot of progress. I think you should probably talk to the village and figure out, is there anything that you can do for purposes of a vehicle that's got a C plate? I don't know what the answer is going to be on that.
Plate, yeah.
So
It's something like I say. It's nothing that I know there's something that we're gonna have to
Yep.
talk, and once they see that, say, okay, well, I'm assuming.
Well,
Yeah.
I think get the property cleaned up, give them a call so they can come out there, look at it, and then they can tell you what you can park where and go
Yeah.
over everything with you.
it's just it'll be easier for you then, because then you've got things squared away and you're
Yeah.
like, this is it. This is what it's going to look like. This is
Yeah.
what I want to do. And then they'll be able to know exactly where you're at. And then you go from there.
Okay. So we still on one ticket. So one
So
more.
you give him the dismissal ticket, a copy of the Yeah, so you've got a copy of the dismissal ticket, you've got copies of all three, right?
Yep.
Okay, so one's a dismissal, one's a finding of liability, and then the other one is a continuance for next month for purposes of the debris.
Okay.
Okay? All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
I'll stop by.
Do you
see
need to
outside.
see these?
All right, so this will conclude the administrative hearings for the Village of Beach Park, this being May 23rd, 2023.
Want to reduce this.